Let's give everyone a moment to show up, and then we'll get started. Let's get this thing shared. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Hype. Let me get this thing shared on Twitter, and then... Hey, Super Mega Smith, thank you. It's actually been quite a while since it happened, but I just wanted an excuse to go live. Let's see, I need to get the actual link here rather than just the live link. Got to give everyone a few minutes to show up. According to YouTube, there's no one here right now. So, yeah, we'll probably do some Q&A questions and then maybe, I don't know, play some game. I set the controller up. It gave me some trouble this time. I'm going to have to check my software here. How's the mic sound? Am I too loud or... Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's been a long road. There we go. Now I'm looking at myself. Okay. We are live. That's all I'm going to put. Tweet and Discord. At everyone. Every time I tag everyone now, the Discord server, the Discord software tries to talk me out of it. It's like, are you really sure that's what you want to do? So how is everybody? Doing okay? I took the advice of some of you guys and went and got one of Sebastian's Xbox controllers. And that's what I'm using now. Thanks, Lore. How you doing, buddy? Lore has been tremendously helpful in getting me here. And if you guys want someone to thank for the uptick in video output on this channel, that's the guy that's responsible. He's he is very, very honest. I'll just say that. He's a good guy. All right, we're starting to get some people here now. So should we end up playing a game? You guys have any suggestions? I've got just about anything you can think of that's old school. You know, anything you can think of from, say, Nintendo through Nintendo 64. And then I could read off a bunch of games that we have on Steam over here. Or anything that we've ever played before. Oh, Lord. Here we go again with the video output being low. I've got to do something about this internet. I mean, like, I paid to have it upgraded, but it still sucks. I'm going to have to lower the bit rate. My streaming software hid in the corner. There it is. All right. Let's lower this. It's not going to look good, but it'll fix the problem. There we go. Do a game based on Debbie Does Dallas. Have you actually seen Debbie Does Dallas? It's rather tame by today's standards. Not that I went looking for it or anything. Super Mario 64? Yeah, we could do that. That sounds like fun. Never played Mario 64 on an Xbox controller. That might be like blasphemy or something. But before we get into that, I am taking questions. So, you want to troll me, now's the time. What's up, G-Money? Thank you very much. It's been a long road, but we're getting there, guys. You know, we're gonna keep going, too. There we are, back in the green on the stream level. I had to lower the bit rate. Probably made it look like crap, but at least you'll be able to hear me. So, questions. Preferably comic book related, you know, but also not if you don't want to. Ah, Aaron, you're red-tailed from Twitter. Okay. All right, cool. The Royalist Rebel Rangers. That is a lot of R. I have not done this in a very long time. I don't know why I quit doing it. I can tell you one thing. Like, why Spider-Man is Spider-Man. He got bit by a radioactive spider. Nerd Post Alpha, how you doing? The party can start now. Nerd Post is here. I always skip the out when I'm talking about you. I always say, Nerd Post. Which Flash will die in the new Crisis? I hope and pray that DC's not stupid enough to kill off Wally West. But it's hard to tell. I just finished the 2-part series on DC's continuity. Did any of you guys see that? I'm sure all of you have seen it by now. That's going to be like an ongoing thing. I'm going to do a 2-part series for Marvel where I break down their universe, and then we're just going to do like each universe one at a time. Like, if you guys remember, Old Man Logan on the Marvel side takes place in his own universe. Then Superman Red Sun takes place in his own universe on the DC side. And, like, I know that we'll never get through them all. I mean, you can look up the Wikipedia pages for, like, list of multiverse universes or whatever. And it's like a mile long for each one. But we're gonna start working through them. Any thoughts on the fallout with Inhumans and Resurrection of Black Phoenix? See, I saw you mention this on Twitter earlier, and I was going to look it up later. But I'm just going to be honest with you on this one. I don't know what you're talking about. I know that the Inhumans didn't go over very well. But the lack of diversity overall with comics versus canon, that's one of those topics that really gets people up in arms. But when it comes to diversity in general, I don't have a problem with it. And I feel like a lot of times people make a big deal out of Marvel doing things for diversity's sake, but that's also the same thing Marvel has always done since the 1960s, right? I mean, we're talking about the same company that did XMen, so like that's what they're known for. That's like their thing. So like I don't even really see it as a change. If you actually go back and look at the history of Marvel Comics, that's just who they've always been. What did I think of the Teen Titans trailer? I liked it. I liked it. I checked out a bit of part 2. I'm still trying to catch up, but I'm into reading the comic and understand the meaning with short timeouts. But I'll be working a mixed podcast. Yeah, podcasts are fun. I should get back into them. I put 2 up on this channel, but like they didn't go over very well, and I think that may be my fault. You set up this expectation that a video is going to be between, say, 8 and 15 minutes, and then one day out of the blue you just upload like 45 minutes of conversation, and I think a lot of people are like, that's not what I signed up for, and I think that's fine. But I'd like to get back into doing it just because it's fun, but maybe on the side channel. We have a side channel, by the way. There's no content there, but if you look up J Parks on Twitter, it's there. And one of these days we'll do something with it. I would like to get that channel up to 1,000 subscribers just so that I can live stream from there when I want to do stuff that's not related to comics. That would be nice. Favorite trailer? I haven't seen them all, actually. I haven't seen them all. Like, I need to see them. I especially need to make some videos. But I'm working on a Shazam video, and that trailer cracked me up, right? He's going around charging everybody's phone, and the costume looks like it was, like, literally made in the golden age of comics, right? I mean, it looks like dead on, to the point to where, like, to me, it kind of looks a little fakeish because it looks so much like a costume. But I love it. I think Captain Marvel should be that way, right? He's a kid, and that's just who he is. I guess Ant-Man movie has made one of the best lady heroes as of late with canon, right? Yeah, absolutely. Ant-Man and the Wasp was great. I don't have a lot of negative stuff to say, and I think maybe that's part of the problem with me on YouTube, is that negativity sells, and I find it difficult to be negative, if I'm like reading comics or watching movies, because I can't get the idea out of my head that there were people that worked 80 hours a week on this, and like, I feel almost like it's my duty to try my best to suspend disbelief, I mean, there's some stuff that's just so bad that, that it is what it is. But, I mean, Marvel never really makes a bad movie. I mean, like, they've got a pretty high-low bar, wouldn't you say? Well, Super Mega Smith, I mean, maybe your podcast sucks now, but I will tell you this channel sucked at one time. I mean, hell, it may suck now, but I guarantee you that 2 years ago, it sucked a lot worse. And, I mean, there were 2 videos that I put up on this channel that were so embarrassing that I literally deleted them. They're gone. So, I mean, you have to be bad at something at first if you ever want to be good at it. And just keep it up, man. Keep it up. I respect that because it's easy to lie, even if it's a white one at that. Yeah, sometimes that's the path of least resistance. Bye, Super Mega Smith. Thanks again, and have a great day at work. So, let's see. Hey, are you reading Doomsday Clock? If so, what do you think of the story so far? I'm reading Doomsday Clock, but I'm way, way behind. Like way behind. But I'm really enjoying it. And like, here's the thing about Doomsday Clock is that I had a little bit of trouble with them, like, bringing Watchmen back and making more content that involves the Watchmen characters, because the creator was not with that at all. Like, they sort of, when he made that, they sort of gave him the idea that eventually those rights would fall back to him, that eventually it would go out of print, and after it was out of print for a certain amount of time, that it would go back to him. And, so he's upset that they do everything they can do to hold on to it, and that kind of bothered me. But, I mean, it's not like I'm not going to read it, My problem is with the editing department and writers overall, but how much money should someone that is not in the movie be paid? I'm not mad at Mark Hamill, that appearance alone. Well, yeah, I get what you're saying, like, I'm sure he got paid a lot to be in The Last Jedi for 5 seconds, But like, I guess in Hollywood, the culture is that like you get paid what you're worth. So for like you've got what they call above the line and below the line, and people below the line, they get paid like a normal salary. And people above the line, they negotiate for their pay. So if you're lucky enough to be above the line, to be an actor or a director or a producer, then your pay seems to be based on not just what you can negotiate. It is that, but it's also how much money your appearance in the movie is seen to like bring in. So like. You take Spider-Man Homecoming, like it's already going to make millions of dollars, but you put Robert Downey Jr. in it, and he's not in it much, but you put him in it, and now, maybe it might make $1 billion. I mean, I don't know what it made. I haven't gone back to look, but, I mean, that's the sort of thing that we're talking about. It's like, it's interesting how you'll be worth more when you pass away too early. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody dies and suddenly everything they've done's worth a lot of money. And I'll tell you something that always bothered me is that, okay, Heath Ledger as the Joker, was wonderful, right? He was awesome. And he got an Oscar after his death for that role. And I always felt that, like, he deserved it anyway, like, and I felt like they probably wouldn't have given it to him if he hadn't died. Maybe I'm totally wrong on that one, and I was really young at the time, so maybe I don't even remember it accurately. But, like, that's how I felt. I felt like there was a lot of props for that role that he probably wouldn't have got had he not passed away. But then again, I mean, he was in some Oscar bait movies before that. Any collabs or guest spots with Benny or Rob? Well, the truth is about Benny is that I had an open invitation to be on that channel every 2 weeks forever. And probably I still do. But like, I decided to take a break from it to concentrate on pushing out like more content on this channel, because like ultimately the goal is to be able to make it like with just this channel, right? And for everything else to be extra. And it's great that people are willing, to bring me on, like Benny or Lore from Lore Reloaded, and that, I can work for other channels to pay the bills. That's fantastic, because it allows me to put a lot more time into this channel. But ultimately, like, the goal is just to get this channel to a point to where I can put out 3 videos a week and maybe 3 live streams a week and make a living here without having to go and work for other places. And that's not to say that I don't love being on Comic Storian or editing for Lore, or, I do. I love that stuff. And it exposed me to like a bigger audience, and it got me feedback that I may not have gotten otherwise, which was really nice. I mean, because when you go on someone else's channel, especially someone that's popular, someone with 1 million subscribers, there's going to be somebody in that comment section that's going to tell you like it is, right? Someone's going to come on and they're going to say, well, I mean, your audio is terrible and your editing isn't very good compared to the videos that are already here. And here's the thing is that, those comments hurt a little bit, but they're also very, very helpful, right? I mean, like, after being 3 or 4 episodes into the series that I did for Benny, like, I made some major improvements to the audio quality on this channel, because sometimes you just don't know what you don't know. And if you don't know that something's wrong, you definitely can't fix it. So when someone comes on those, guest videos, or not just someone, there's like, say, 1% or 2% of the population on that channel. When 1 or 2% of the people leave these comments about like improvements that you can make, I mean, you've got a choice. You can get all mad about it, or you can go fix that stuff, And so I think by doing that, I learned a lot of stuff that might have taken me a lot longer. Like, to realize how bad my audio was compared to everybody else might have taken me months, you know. The initial improvements I made to audio here came, say, I don't know, 5 or 6 months ago, when one of my subscribers came to the channel and said, look, I like the content here. I really want to like this channel, but like, I can't stand this audio. It's really bad. And if you go back and look at some of my older videos, boy, is it ever bad. I was using this, it was a Rode mic, but what had happened was I'd done a couple episodes where I did some screaming and I had busted it, and it's like, I'm sorry, dude, but your audio's bad, and so I went and got this new mic, and he said, okay, that's a lot better, and I thought like that was the end of it. And then, like, I got over to Comic Story a few months later, and they were like, well, that audio's terrible. And I'm like, man, I just improved the audio. So I did some research, and that's where I learned how to, like, open up the audio in, like, something like Adobe Audition, and do noise removal to go and find each time that you take a breath and edit that out. The thing about taking a breath is that people mistake the sound of you taking a breath for the sound of you, like, sniffing your nose. And you get comments like, blow your nose, buddy, And it takes a while to understand what they're talking about, because, they think that they're giving you the solution, but really they're only giving you the problem. And so you learn to do stuff like that, how to EQ the audio. And I'm still working on it. I mean, you can take a look at the last 2 videos, and there's some places in there where I probably cut too fast, or where I probably should have done another take. But we're getting there. We're getting there. And I think that I'll go back to putting videos up on Benny's channel just so that I can, get feedback from a wider audience. So, what do you guys think? You want to play a game? What is a quick summary of the equipment that you use for your videos? Okay, I have a editing computer that I built that has a GTX, what is it, a 1960? It's not the 1080, it's the 1060. And I maxed out the RAM to 32 gig, but that was probably overkill. But that's like for editing, and I changed out the hard drives for SSDs, because rendering video is really tough on an SSD. And then the microphone is a PV mic, and they don't make this particular microphone anymore, but if you're looking for something just like it, there's the PV2 would be the mic to get. And I also have a MRX8 MK2, and that is a 4-track recorder, but that's totally out of date now, so you don't necessarily need that. I would get something a little more manageable, like maybe a little handheld Zune would be nice. And so for the camera, when I am on camera, I have a Canon, it's called the EO5, I believe, overseas, but here we call it the Rebel T6i. Oh, nope, it's got both on there. And that's sort of an entry-level camera. It's lower end. It's not the not like the 70D or anything, but it certainly works. And I just use a Canon lens on it. It's like, I believe, 55 millimeters. And I have a selection of lights that are, for the most part, I don't have any LED lights. That's something that I would like to invest in. So they're just the regular, what do you call them? Well, my mind's blanking out, but they're the same lights that you would have like in a school or an office building, except they're like the curly Q fluorescent. Thank you. There are fluorescent lights. But I like way overbought the fluorescent lights. So I've got like 6 or 8, but I just use 1. And that's it. I mean, that's all I have. And I've made videos like with a lot less. The first video I ever made was it used a little Rode lapel mic. I forget the name of it, but it's the cheapest one they have. Something Plus. and I got it used for like 79 or 80 bucks. And I plugged that into a phone using an extender cable so that, you know what I mean? And then that was that, you know, and I recorded it with the phone. Was not trying to be disrespectful, and I'm not sure if you looked into what I was referring to. No, man, I didn't take it as disrespectful, not at all. I really didn't know, like, I knew that what you were getting at was, like, adding more diversity to comics and the argument over whether that's ultimately good or bad, or, like, did it sink Marvel, or, you know, and I get that that's a really touchy argument to get into, and I wasn't even really sure which side you were coming down on. But I don't think diversity had anything to do with the problems in Marvel sales, but that's just my opinion, and everybody has one, you know. But I don't think it had anything to do with it. I thought it was about storytelling, and I think that a lot of their diverse characters have done very well. You know, take Miles Morales, for example, as Spider-Man. You got the same backlash against Miles Morales back then that we got against Riri later, you know. And to me, like, the difference is that Miles Morales, you know, those stories were interesting, and with Riri, those stories were not so much. Favorite non-DC Marvel book? Invincible. Hands down, absolutely Invincible. Drake introduced me to Invincible, and there's a funny story about that. He said, look, man, just get volumes like 1 through 5 and read them. And if you don't like it, then it's not the end of the world, move on. You know, because it starts out slow, so you got to buy a few. But once, you know, by the time you get to 4 and 5, you'll be hooked. So me, being a guy who honestly only got into comic books about 4 years ago, I go looking for a place to buy comics, and I go to Amazon's Comixology. And I didn't know that they own, I mean, it's got the Amazon logo on it, guys. I'm expecting paper comics with fast shipping, but that's not what I got, you know. So I'm sitting at the house, and I'm waiting. 2 weeks later, it's never come, so I go back to Comixology to let them know that it hasn't showed up, and that's when I find out that they sell digital comics. So I spent $50 on volumes 1 through 5, and they were there the whole time digitally, and I didn't know it. But I wanted the paper ones for my shelf, you know. So I go to regular old Amazon, and I look them up, and I get them with overnight shipping for $40, $10 less than I paid for the digital ones. That kind of hurt a little bit. But I read it and fell in love with it. Did I read Saga? I don't think so, because I'm not sure what you're talking about. So I don't think so. Did you miss my comments on Heath Ledger? I guess I must have. So I mean, if you want to leave them up there again. Let's see here. Saga. I'm looking it up. Saga is an epic space opera fantasy comic book series written by Brian, is that Vaughn, and illustrated by Fiona Staples. No, I haven't seen it, but I will definitely check it out. You can bet on that. Image Comics, yeah. See, I don't read enough indie comics. Yeah, paper comics with fast shipping. Well, yeah, when you see the Amazon brand, you're expecting to receive a box in the mail, right? I mean, that's what you think when you think Amazon. Box in the mail, 48 hours. That's what I think, anyway. Just share your desktop image. Oh, you want to know what's on my desktop right now? I want to find comic books that relate to what I mean with Joker and Heath Ledger. I'm sure that they made some comic books that were like based on the world where that movie takes place. I haven't read them, or I'm not aware of them, but they do that, you know. Share your desktop image. Okay, the current one that I have is... Actually, I've already shared it. I think that if you go back to the Fantastic Four video 3 videos ago, you can see it behind me. It's Dr. Doom from the Fantastic Four. And that's the same one that I still have. Saga is fairly gaining popularity. They even have a line of Funko Pops. I don't collect them. I have 3 or 4 of them, but mostly the way that I get them is I'll be buying something else, and there'll be one on sale, and I'll take that one. So I've got a couple of Stormtroopers, and I've got a couple of the cast from The Force Awakens. I've got... what's his name? Finn and... nope, actually I just got 3. I got 2 Stormtroopers and Finn. Yeah, I did a video on the Fantastic Four. It was long, and it didn't really do great compared to other videos, but I had a lot of fun working on it. I put like 14 days into it, you know, like making myself catch on fire using a green screen, so that was fun. A little cringy when it came out, but that was kind of the point. All right, so let's see if we can play some Super Mario 64. What do you say? Yes, sweetheart? Yeah, we're streaming right now, but would you like to play some Mario 64 with us?
Sure.
Sebastian has graced us with his presence. Want to say hi to everybody?
Hey there, how you doing?
I knew I wouldn't get through the whole stream without a visit from a partner. Let's see, Nintendo 64. And I assure you, I obtained this totally legally. Absolutely.
Very absolutely legally.
Any theory videos in Fantastic Four and X-Men joining the MCU? I would like to do a video on that. My problem is that I can never get those videos like out fast enough, but lucky for me this time, I think this story is just going to keep dragging on and on and on because these mergers take so long. So I'll have I'll have time to come up with something. But yeah, I mean, I have some ideas as to what I would like to see. You know, if they go that route. My biggest fear is that the deal will go through and everything will be fine, and then they'll just decide not to bring them in, you know, and everybody will be disappointed. Like they'll merge, but they'll keep everything separated, you know. And it'd be like a Sony situation where they have to like negotiate everything down to the fine detail. What are you talking about, Jay? The Fantastic Four video is the most viewed video in 5 months. Don't make me think of mean things to say. Maybe it is. I mean, but the statistics in the new Creator Studio says that my last 2 videos beat it, but I think they compare things in a different way. Like, it's not this video versus that video, but it's what this video had at 5 hours versus that video at 5 hours, and then 10, 24, 48, you know. Yeah, it's absolutely a great topic because you'll have time to do the video, and then if you need to, you'll have time to get in all of the like updates if you need to do any. It's actually a great idea for a video. Thank you. Like, it had crossed my mind, but now I think I'm going to do it. Absolutely. Let's see here. And my roof is leaking in the middle of the live stream. That's fantastic. All right, say 30-second break while I get something to put under this leak. It leaked right on top of the controls for my sound card. Oh my god. When I talked about building the computer, I didn't talk about buying the sound card because it's actually the one thing that I actually regret buying. Because you can just put the sound from the motherboard out to an amp and it sounds just as good. And it's got this thing, you're pooping, stop lying. That would have been one quick poop. I must have been like holding it into the last second. Like it has this thing where if I want to switch between headphones and speakers, I can't just plug in the headphones. I have to open up the control panel and click a button. I mean, what is that? That is ridiculous.
Dad,
Yeah.
so it's Mario Kart 64, right?
No, Super Mario 64, I believe you said.
I forgot which one you said.
I need to hook the Switch up in a way that I can broadcast that instead of just stuff on the computer.
Oh, I think that would be a good idea.
Flash poop. Pshung. There's a storm over here yesterday or 18 hours ago, and the water seeped in everywhere. Oh, that's terrible. We had one here at the end of last week, I think, and the power was out for 48 hours. You know, no computer, no internet.
Those were the most boring 48 hours.
Like, got to like 80 degrees inside here. It was awful. Yeah, right now the only games we've got for Switch are, I think, Shovel Knight, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8, and I think Lego City Undercover. But we've also got a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One, and I think we got maybe 2 or 3 games for the PlayStation. But we got like 100 for Xbox One and Xbox 360 that we've been saving up for, years. So there's a whole lot there to work with. But my problem is that if I do a whole lot of gaming on this channel, I do see like some backlash for it. Like people are like, that's not what I signed up for, and I get that. That's the reason why I want to get a lot of subscribers on the personal channel, like at least enough for live streaming, so that we can do like games and stuff over there, because like I really love to stream, and if I'm gonna play a game, I'd rather stream it than just play it. I'm having to re-download Mario 64 from my totally, absolutely illegal source. I don't know where it went. I must have accidentally deleted the whole folder. I'm dangerous. Let's see. But I'd really like to do Switch because, like, I think that Breath of the Wild, and look, this is not a controversial opinion, but I think Breath of the Wild may be one of the great games of our lifetime, What, babe?
Mind if I just be in the comments of the stream?
Sure. I mean, like, if there is a game in my lifetime that came close to 10 out of 10, like, that's it. That's the one. Like, in the very least, 9 out of 10. And that's being harsh. Yeah, and I really, really loved playing Deadpool. Oh no, I'm getting me some Super Mario Odyssey. I've just been waiting for the price to drop. Like I have this, like I can't hardly buy new games. It kills me. And when the used one is priced almost the same price as the new one, it really gets to me. Yes, sweetheart.
Help me get there.
Okay. I'm gonna help Sebastian get into the comments of the video. Give me just a sec, guys. Of course, I can still talk while I do it. These live streams aren't really all that exciting, are they? It is the best Zelda game ever, and it topped A Link to the Past. And I didn't think they could top A Link to the Past. I mean, like, I still remember the moment when I came out of the Resurrection Shrine and saw, like, the world laid out. And it had not yet dawned on me that there was nothing I could see that I couldn't walk to right now. And as I started playing the game, I started realizing that everything was already loaded. The whole world is already loaded. And everything that you see, you can go right now and find it.
Now, I just want to say, there was this one part in Breath of the Wild where my dad was on this bridge. And I remember he kept dying on the bridge. I don't know why or how, but when we watched that over in the Hero's Path mode, it just kept dying on the bridge, and we couldn't exactly remember why. I think it might have been because of, like, a chest or something.
Yep, I was trying to get to a chest, and I didn't have enough stamina, and I kept dropping in the water and drowning. So I wasn't really dying, but it made it look like it, though, didn't it? Like in the Hero's Path mode, it makes a sound effect. I have never played any Nintendo game except Pokemon, Mario Brothers and Mario 64. Oh, man. I mean, I don't mean to sound like a Nintendo fanboy, but Lord have mercy. I try not to lock myself down to one single console, and I get that like that's not something everybody can afford, because like that's not something that I could afford. I mean, the only reason why I have one of each of the three main consoles now is because I happened to luck into a really good job that lasted for about, a year. And, in that time, I got to catch up. Hey, how you doing? Is it Osan? I probably slaughtered that. PS4 is having a PS4 top sellers going for $20. Last Guardian, Street Fighter V, Horizon Zero. Wow. This is the time to scoop up some PS4 exclusives. Drowning Fancy Link. If it would have let me name him, that's what I would have named him. Bridges are incredibly dangerous, especially in that game, because you're trying to crawl under it or some crazy stuff, and you run out of stamina, and you hit the water, and that's the end of you. Next thing you know, you're on shore somewhere. I want to know who's dragging him out of the water every single time. Or lava, for that matter. You have to be signed in, Sebastian, if you want to be commenting. There you go. There you go. Thank you. You're live on the internet, Mama. Would you like to say hi? Hi. That's my grandmother. She says hi. I'm gonna give you guys some real serious honesty. I unhooked the camera because I didn't shower today. I slept until, God, I don't know, probably 11 or 12. Hi, Sebastian. Welcome to the chat. Check out that picture of Sebastian. Does he not have the coolest coat ever? That computer does that, son. The only solution that I know is to restart the computer.
Okay, well, how do I restart it? Is it like the power button? I don't know what that is.
If you can't click the start menu and shut it down properly, then just hold the power button in for 10 seconds until it turns off. It's in your upper left. I'm doing tech support here live on the internet. I've got this game for PS4 that I really, really want to play. I got it for Christmas from somebody in a Secret Santa exchange. It's Gravity. What is it?
Gravity Shift for the PS4?
Is it Gravity Shift?
Yeah.
And it looks really awesome. It's got like this anime art style and this gameplay where you apparently, I haven't played it yet, but like it looks like you adjust gravity to move yourself from one place to the other. But Sebastian and I were messing around and we broke the left analog controller on the PS4 controller, so I really need to order one.
You broke that thing.
Okay, I broke it. But we need to order a new one. And then maybe we'll play that. See, I have a capture box so that I can stream the console, but I haven't hooked it up. But I did get one. And it should work even with the Switch. Like, I don't want this to, Gravity Rush, thank you. Thank you, that is it. It is called Gravity Rush. I've been trying to reach back to the game shelf and see what it says, but my headphone cables aren't long enough. Hey, Carlos, how you doing, buddy? Well, now here's my brother. I'm getting visits from everybody. You're live on the internet. Would you like to say hi? He said, "What's up?" I bet they're glad I didn't hook up the camera now, aren't they? They'd all be there. Hello. Yeah, my brother Wesley has an idea for a show. He says, "Here, take that in there, please." Yeah, I got you. He says that if negativity is so popular on the internet, then I should do a show called Darth Vader, where I'm dressed up as Darth Vader, and I just complain about Star Wars. That's funny, right? I don't know if I could pull that off, but it's a great idea for somebody else.
You're welcome. I brought a tarpon up for you to look at in my sleep. We set him out. He already walked away.
So, let's see here. I swear we'll get started with the game here in just a second. I know I'm quiet, but I'm actually taking a moment to concentrating on getting this so you guys don't have to just look at this desktop anymore. Or that's what it is, the wallpaper. It's not my desktop.
Oh my God!
Sebastian. Waiting for that God of War drop, aren't we all? Aren't we all? God of War, when it first came out, like for the PS2 version, that was my first interaction with it, and I was amazed. Like my God, can games really get any larger in scale? But little did I know that they could get a lot larger than that. The scope of Breath of the Wild, just the scope of it all it's overwhelming, and I can't believe that I practically did it all. I don't know where I found the time, but like it's just like that. Like once you get started, it's hard to stop. Wow, a lot of these ROM sites have pulled the Nintendo ROMs down. They must be getting threatening letters. Not that I would ever use a ROM site. That's clearly a bit. Let's see. I had all of these already. I had them all already. I don't know where they are. I bet I deleted them to make room for more stupid fancy teeth videos. Or did I? Okay, so they were all on my hard drive the whole time. Wow. I feel really stupid right now. Yeah, I absolutely got the bike in the DLC. I have I've done everything. I've got the bike, but like the first DLC, the what, Sebastian?
I think I need spelling lessons.
Yeah, spelling lessons would work. Or you could just pay attention in school.
Dad!
Well, I'm sure they teach spelling there, don't they?
Really?
Nintendo sued a couple of ROM sites.
Jeez.
Yeah, that sounds about right, doesn't it? I honestly, and this is probably unpopular, but I get that because, like, back in the day when ROMs first started circulating, thank you, Sean, I appreciate it. Back in the day when ROMs first started circulating, Nintendo didn't really have a way to profit from old games, you know. They would occasionally put out, like, a set on a GameCube disc or something like that. Or like package the old Pokemon games in, you know, or something. But now, though, with the Virtual Console, I kind of get their point. Because now it's not like I'm downloading this old game that nobody's played in years. Now it's kind of like I'm downloading a game that you can buy in the Wii U store right now. What I don't understand is this idea they've got that for some reason they're not going to put a Virtual Console in the Switch. What's up with that? You know, like, I would buy those games. Why won't you sell me those games? You know, and then we're back to square one again. Like, if you're not going to sell them to me on the console that I'm using, then, you know, I'm going to get them somehow. What, per game, the price per game? 150,000. 150,000 what? Do they want your firstborn child? Why does your hair look like smushed grapes? It's because think of something funny. Think of something funny. Nope, I got nothing. That's a bit too much, but it does send a clear message, though. Yeah, I mean, it is a bit too much, but, like, let's take, like, movies, for example. I don't hardly, yeah, because reasons. I don't hardly download, like, movies anymore. Not a lot, anyway, because usually you can find it on some streaming service, and you could buy all the streaming services just about, at least the top 3, and still be cheaper than cable, you know. And used to, like, I always said back in the day when torrents first became a thing, because I'm old, I said, you know what, the day that they provide all of these shows, you know, for a reasonable price that's easy to access, then I'll stop getting them. You know, but as long as they're ignoring the internet, then I got to do what I got to do. And so I had to keep my word, right? You go around saying something, and then all of a sudden they put all of the TV shows on Hulu and Netflix and Amazon for a reasonable price, and you feel obligated, you know, to keep your word and put your money where your mouth is. And so that's why I, you know, came along on the whole, like, Netflix streaming thing when it came out. And I feel the same way about the Virtual Console, but the problem is, right, you guys are right, the problem is the individual pricing. Like, You know, you should be able to pay like a fee, like a subscription fee, $5 a month to be fine to play old games, right? They'd make a fortune, but they don't want to be fair. And now, for whatever reason, they don't even want to put the games on the new console. So I have a serious problem with that. Please take my firstborn. He's a pain in the you-know-what. They can have mine if I get a Mario ROM. I need your help. How do I appeal copyrighted videos? Well, that's probably not something the rest of these guys want to hear me cover, but after we get done with the live stream, I'd be happy to help you appeal it. Just be sure that whatever you're using, if the people that are copyright striking you do own it, because a lot of my copyright strikes are from people that don't even own the media, especially when it comes to songs. But if they do own it, just make sure that you're following... excuse me. Sorry, guys. Make sure that you're following the 4 pillars of fair use, that your use is either educational or some sort of like sarcastic barb, or that it reviews it in some way or another. But I'll help you with it. The best thing that you can do, Stanford has a paper online about the 4 pillars of fair use and how they work. And I quote that directly in those appeals along with the court cases. It's obvious they don't want to. It's because they want to sell you their super consoles. Right, absolutely. The reason why they're not going to put a virtual console on it is because they want to issue these tiny little consoles with limited supplies to mark the... well, yeah, fair use is a flimsy thing, Danny, but I'll tell you this, I've won every case that I've had. So, I mean, it may be flimsy out in the real world, but I've got to hand it to YouTube. I mean, as far as in their dealings with me, they have respected the concept. I've been unfaithful. Philosophy Tube is doing a live stream simultaneously to yours. Well, I watch Philosophy Tube too, so I can't really much blame you. But yeah, I'm not going to pay a scalper $200 for a classic system. I've got a Raspberry Pi with a USB Super Nintendo controller and a USB 64 controller hooked up to it. It doesn't play the 64 games very well, honestly. Yeah, everyone's giving away their firstborns now. Thanks, Sean. It's because the classic system line became so popular. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and it's easily hacked, so they're cracking down on the ROMs. There was a similar crackdown, if you guys recall, back in the day, Pokemon Stadium came out, and you could play like the Pokemon games on there, and people hacked it and made it play other games. And there was another example that I can't think of right now, but every time somebody hacks a system to make it emulate more than the thing that it was meant to emulate, they get scared and do a crackdown. Oh yeah, the copyright system is totally broken. It is absolutely broken. But I have to hand it to them, though. In the end result has been that they've been fair to me. But the process to get to that fair end result was long and drawn out and terrible. Everyone's giving up their firstborns for Nintendos because they're easily hacked. Speaking of easily hacked, have you guys heard that the Switch has been hacked? By George, if they won't sell me some Nintendo games to put on it, I'll put some Nintendo games on it. Can you guys hear that? Did you guys hear It's a Me, Mario? I'm about to add it here. Da-da-da. I can't wait to see Shazam. It looks awesome. Yeah, you could probably buy them now at Walmart. But when they first come out, if you want them on day one, you know. But you're right, it's calmed down a lot now. it's being updated out, but it's a hardware hack. So if you're like me and you've got the Switch from launch, there's nothing they can do to fix it. You can't fix it with a software update. It's a hardware problem. Like, you know, the new ones that they come out with that has it fixed, yeah. I mean, they'll have to figure out another way to hack those. Yeah, exactly. New firmware's already been out. They won't be able to fix this with firmware. They may try, but ultimately they won't be able to. Because it's a problem with the NVIDIA chipset, as far as my understanding of it. And, you know, caveat, my understanding probably isn't that great. I'm not sure they can, because once I get Nintendo games running on it, I'm not going to update it anymore. Probably won't even connect it to the internet, so there'll be very little they can do. They might do something about future consoles and future versions. But once I have it playing Mario 64, game over. I'm done. I've got it. You know, I'm just, like, my concern is that, like you guys said, it causes crackdowns. I do remember the 10-gen games conflict. And, you know, one of these days I'd like to expand outside of comic book videos and do some video game stuff. Because I would love to cover the 10-gen thing and the way that they went about recreating Nintendo's lockout chip, because they told everybody that they reverse engineered the lockout chip, but what they really did was they went down to the courtroom, the courthouse, or not the court, I guess it is a courthouse, but it's a federal place, and where they keep, like, copyright stuff, the copyright office, and they lied to them and told them that they were in the middle of a lawsuit and that they needed to see the specs of the lockout chip, and they gave it to them. And because it was over a lawsuit, they were allowed to copy it and leave with it. Have you decided what universe you're going to do next? Well, we had a poll, and so far the runaway winner is, let's see, which one was it? The Batman one, not Vampire Batman, but the other, the Batman Who Laughs. It says, please consider donating $1 a month at patreon.com/fancytooth. No, it doesn't say munted, but thank you for giving me a chance to plug it. Loophole. They could make the card sync compatible with the old OS, but my plan is to hack this one and get it playing all those sweet, sweet emulators, and then later on, when the price comes down, which the price may never come down. I mean, they were still selling Wii's for $2.99 when the Switch came out. But when the used price comes down, I'll get another one to play, like, online and stuff, right? So hopefully this will be, like, end up being my emulator Switch, you know? And the other one will be the Switch. I was going to... in order to solve that problem, in order to get, like, a handheld emulator, I was going to buy, like, one of the old PlayStation PSPs. But, like, the Switch hooks up to the TV, so if I can use that instead, that would be fantastic. Yeah, from Dark Knight's Metal. And I can't decide, like, I have done, like, a brief thing on Comicstorian where I cover all of the evil Batmen from Dark Knight's Metal. And, like, the vote was just for the Batman Who Laughs, but I used him because he is the Batman that puts the team together, so it's a window into covering them all. And I could probably cover them all in one video, because those universes were only covered in one book each, you know, and they were short, so... Yeah, you can hook up a PSP to a TV, but not all that easily. At least not as easily, at least not as easy. See, that's the problem. It requires some work. The Switch doesn't. And the Switch will probably play more updated games too, but I'm not sure that I'd want to emulate anything past 64 anyway, so that may be a moot point. Oh. Do you guys hear that audio? The Batman Who Baths. If they have a Batman Who Baths, I'll definitely cover that. It's too crazy not to cover. No. Let's see. Question. I'm just wondering, how do you feel about Captain Marvel, a.k.a. Billy Batson, and the rest of the Marvel family making a comeback? Because me personally, I'm so happy they're coming. I'm happy too. And, I really enjoy, like, Captain Marvel or Shazam, whatever you want to call him. And I especially love that there is now someone that is going to be on, in the DC universe that is as powerful as Superman, because, like, one of my problems with the Justice League film, yeah, I know, I'm trying to get the emulator to show up, Mopey, and I picked the wrong thing. One of my problems with the DCEU was it seemed like all they really needed to do was bring Superman back, and that would have been like problem solved. He could have took care of it himself. But add some people that are just as powerful as him, and that sort of evens out the universe a little bit, raises the bar a little. What I would really like to see to make the DCEU better are some villains that are just as powerful as Superman. And no, I don't think Doomsday counts. It's Project 64. I've got 3 of them installed here. I'm just going to use whichever one works. The problem isn't with the emulator. The problem is with OBS. There are some things that I bring up that just show as black. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm going to have to, look into it. But that was window capture. Let me see if I can try... No, game capture. Let's see if that works. Capture a specific window. Project 64. And nope. Not showing up. I don't get it. Ah, there it is. Yay. Now I think I'm going to have to turn the volume down a little bit. I was trying to get that aspect ratio right. You'd think if you hold in shift that it would keep aspect ratio. What, Sebastian? Yeah, the bathing. That's funny, sweetheart. Doot, doot, doot.
So what would even happen? Evil bath soap is attacking?
I guess that'll be good enough.
Evil bath soap.
All right, can you guys hear it? No, window capture is the one that doesn't work, bub. I mean, I don't know why it doesn't work, but it's the one that doesn't work. I had to use game capture. It's like window capture is the one I normally use. Well, holding shift is what keeps aspect ratio in most programs. I guess this one's... Like in all the Adobe stuff, that's what you do. That's weird. It's backwards. New question. How do you feel about Jonathan Samuel Kent, a.k.a. Superboy? Because me, personally, I love this character and feel like he really deserves his own animated movie. Sometimes I feel like the only ones I get asked about are the good ones, right? And it leaves me always saying the same thing, like, oh, yeah, great character. But, yeah, I like Superboy. Let me see here. Mopey has told me how to keep this in a correct aspect ratio. And I promise this is the last time that I'll adjust it before I start playing. How is the audio versus me talking? I mean, is it drowning me out or... Do do do. What, Sebastian? You're right, it does keep aspect ratio without shift. That is weird. I already did, Sebastian. That is weird and backwards. How do you feel about Catman? I know nothing about Catman outside of seeing him appear in my Twitter feed, oddly enough, and on I Hate Everything. You haven't heard the game at all yet? It should be on now. Let me see if OBS shows it working. Nope. OBS says that you guys can't hear it. I should have checked that. Let's see if we can go to here and change the source. All right. How about now? Now OBS says you should be able to hear it.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah.
Still nothing, really? Because I see it.
Press start to play.
I don't know. Ah, there we go. You guys are behind me. I keep forgetting that. Okay, now let's see. We should be ready. Do 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 do. All right, let's see. Configure controller. I would have done this before, but I didn't know what we'd be playing. Come on, stop. All right, up. Is it going to make me wait the 10 seconds every time? Lord have mercy. Did it even... 2, 3, 2... No, this can't be right. Unassigned, yeah. What is going on here? Where's my chat window now? There it is. Nintendo can stick it. That's what they can do. Number one, I don't have ads, so there's not much that they're going to get for it. And number two, I don't leave these live streams live, so not much they can do for it. And if they strike me in the end, I will come back more powerful than they could possibly imagine. No, I will win in the end, so I've played all kinds of Nintendo games on the stream before. Fought off several copyright claims on the Yoshi's Island ones. Alright, let's try to disconnect and reconnect it. Boy, this is overcomplicated. Alright, let's see. You guys are amazing just for sticking through this. Usually I shut down the stream and start it back up when I do this, for obvious reasons. Let's see. Options, input. Yep. Is that right? Nope. Huh, that's 2 emulators that won't recognize the Xbox controller. I don't get it.
Mario. Hello.
Now I went to full screen somehow. And escape isn't working. How would you make escape the button to exit? I don't get it. We may have to play something else. At least until I can figure out what's going on. The computer recognizes it. I've been using it for Steam. But it is not going to recognize it. Wow. Okay, then. No, nothing happened. It just won't recognize the Xbox controller, which I'd never used for this before. Let me see about one of these Super Nintendo emulators. I don't know yet, buddy. Ha. Yeah, I need to go to the flea market and get me one, don't I?
God, don't play Deadpool. You're gonna be dead so many times.
Enough. Yep, this one recognizes it fine. Sure does. Left, down, right. Start, select, left, nope, left, right. There we go. I guess we're playing Super Nintendo. Let's pick out a game. Yeah, that's what happened. Somebody from Nintendo snapped their fingers. And now we're all going to float away into dust. I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Dad, look at what Monkey Moby
The flea market is a scam.
He sent a video on how to set up an Xbox.
Mod King Mopey, nope, I'm not going to say that. That's not nice.
Dad, we don't know how to set up an Xbox.
Mod King Mopey's link is unhelpful.
Monkey Moby's link is probably going to be helpful.
It is literally what I just did. and what I have done many times before. And this works in everything but that program, which makes it not terribly relevant. But we all love Mopey anyway. He eats hot peppers on stream and makes me laugh. Mr. Crispins thinks Mopey sucks. I don't feel so good, Mr. Park. Oh, you just made me sad, G-Money. All right, let's see. Pick a game, pick a game. Pick a game, any game. Someone name a good Super Nintendo game. The Death of Superman animated movie that came out this year, because I saw that movie and I thought it was really good. It's better than Batman v Superman. Blowing the cartridge. I think that DC is really, really good at animated movies. Like that's their thing. Just as much as Marvel is the king of movies on the big screen, I think DC is great at animated movies. Mega Man X. Okay, Mega Man X it is. Did somebody say Roblox? We can't do Superman 64, guys. We can't. The 64 emulator won't pick up the controller. And also, that game sucks. But I think that was your point, right? To watch old Jay suffer. Just a minute, son. Just a minute, son. All right, I have Mega Man X. All right. Son, Mr. Crispins is just Mopey under a different account. Oh, I love Chrono Trigger. And Castlevania. Oh, those are... And Zombies Ate My Neighbor. God, the Super Nintendo had so many great games. Let's check this one out for now. No, but what did you say, Baz? Do what? Oh, thank God we can't do Mega Man X7, okay. It's pretty bad. Alright, our controller works. Now let's get it on the screen here. Capture. Window. That should do it. Can you guys hear it? I love Battletoads, as long as it's not in 2 players. True story, Sebastian and I once made a video on Battletoads where we played it, and we never released it, but he continually hit me with a pop. That's what he did. All right, where was my start button at? Yep, okay. There we go. Now, I just want to take this moment to let everybody know that I didn't play Mega Man as a kid. I didn't know about Mega Man. I have seen reviews of it enough to know that it's a great game. But if you guys came here to watch me tell, then you are in luck. Alright, so, let's see what the buttons here. So, shoots, jumps, what we got? Nothing. Believe it or not, I have attempted to do some half-assed speedruns. Were you here for my Super Mario speedrun that took 2 sessions over 2 days, like 6 hours. For me to finally beat it. Oh, I suck at this! I can't shoot up? Is the game loud? Hang on, let me turn her down. Please stop, Baz. Baz, honey, sweetie, I'm sorry if I missed your messages, but I won't be seeing messages for a while. I'll be playing the game. Okay. Well, I don't want to scroll around to find what you said, baby. Okay. Yep. That's funny, sweetheart. All right. I've turned the volume down. I'm waiting until you guys catch up to know if it's too loud. So somebody let me know if that's better. Or if it's too much or whatever. Is there some kind of block that I'm missing? Sweet. I beat Deadpool, thank you very much. I beat Deadpool, and I played through most of the game on very hard. So, you just say whatever you want to say. There was one part that I had to have my son do for me, though, I will admit that. But nobody's got reflexes that fast, except him. Definitely not me. Yeah, but there was only one part of the game where I had to have you to get past it. There is no block, and apparently there is no run either, right? This is as fast as I can go. Alright, let's see. You play Deadpool on very hard, Mopey. I wasn't talking to you. Are you Mopey, Sebastian? Is your name Mopey? My son has changed his name to Mopey. He will forever be known as Fancy Mopey. The block button's on the start button. Out of blockade, at least for a moment. Do I even have to kill this stuff? No. Oh, yeah, you're not Mopey. Okay. He's not Mopey, everybody. Oh, the dash ability. I saw that on one of the reviews. That'd be sweet. That's not in this game, though, is it? Did that thing just arc down to hit me? This is really fun. Deadpool was fun on hard. Hey, check that out. That's cool. Yep, that's cool. That's cool. The controls feel really good. Oh, you again. There can only be one. Fight to the death. I think there's some really bad design in that Bugmobile because the machine gun points toward the ground. And that just seems like a poor choice. Oh, no, I was doing this a second ago. Come on. Why won't it work? Worked a second ago. I do not like the D-pad on this Xbox controller. The patterns, and cheat codes for Donkey Kong, even though there were no cheat codes for Donkey Kong. I can't hit up and right at the same time on this controller. What? I'm gonna change it. Maybe change it to the analog sticks. I don't get it. Switch to the PlayStation controller. Let's see how the PlayStation controller does. I can't use it for Mario 64 because the analog is broke. But I bet it will work well for this. Input configuration. What? Well, that's funny because I've beat 3 games on this channel, Mopey. Have you ever beat any games on a live stream, Mopey? Huh? Have you? Have you? Have you? The answer is no, he hasn't. Ramble about comics while gaming. I could do that. All right, let's try this again. Mega Man. Wasn't Carmen trying to get all the 5 Mega Mans one time in an episode of South Park?
No, I think it was gonna try to get the legendary.
And Kenny, Kenny bought him Ants in the Pants instead. Anybody feel me on that one? He was not happy because of Ants in the Pants. He said that he gave Kenny the yellow Mega Man just because he knew he was poor. And he couldn't get the yellow Mega Man. All right, there we go. Now, is it back? It is back. I've only seen you talking to the microphone on stream. What, Sebastian, honey?
Trying to give me a new swag code. I don't need a new swag code.
Okay, up, left, down, right. B, A, Y. I'm programming it. Start, select, left, right. And okay. There we go. Now we're on another controller. So I won't have much excuse this time if I suck. I see no reason to ever stop shooting in this game. Ooh, got me. Okay, so it turns out that I suck. Jay playing in an ice bucket while balancing a broken analog stick. You guys are vicious! Like, oh, we'll put Jay in the electric chair. And when he dies in the game, he dies in real life. And we'll put his feet in water. And we'll tie a guitar string around his... Never mind. That's better. See, I feel like I ran right under those before. I swear, I think that's something I did earlier. Boy, did I need that. All right, we're getting the hang of it now. All right, we'll see you later, buddy. I'll holler at you on Twitter in a little bit about your copyright strike. We'll see what we can do. Oh! I got hit by the gun that he can't aim. That's pretty sad. Azzy, honey, please stop. You're going, hey, Dad, every 5 seconds. There we go. That's much, much better controller-wise. Much better. Yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Don't hold your breath. I've seen Angry Video Game Nerd. I know better than to play that game. What did he say? It is a abomination of mankind. A horrible abomination of mankind. Ha ha ha! Yeah! Oh, I was doing much better. You know, I honestly don't know. He said it was from the strike was from Warner Brothers. You know, I was talking about it earlier about fair use and what it constitutes. I'm going to send him the link to the Stanford description of the 4 pillars of fair use. You know, and if he qualifies under one of those or multiple of those, hopefully he can use that in the court cases it cites in his reply. And if he doesn't, then, you know, I guess he can learn something from it. But it happens, though. I once got a strike on a video for a song that wasn't in the video. And the funny thing is that I found the song they were talking about and listened to it, and it was nothing. I mean, you couldn't mistake the music coming out of that game to be in that song. It was, you know, it was crazy. Get the door and tell him that I'm streaming, please. Thank you. Tell him he can come in quietly. Now you watch, Sebastian will go tell him to go away. I said he could come in quietly. Sebastian will go tell him to go away. Because that's how he rolls. Did he come in? I don't know why I'm shooting the things behind me. It's just so satisfying to shoot them. There's something about those sound effects that just... I see why this is a popular game. I see why it did well. See, I didn't play these games as a kid because, like, okay, back in the NES days, well, we were poor and, like, we could rent games, but I mean, we all had to agree on the game, and I never got my way. So it wasn't until Super Nintendo that I really got a chance to play it, and the thing was that I saw it in the bargain bin. And so I thought, Mega Man, what's that? That sounds generic. And I never gave it a chance. I got to admit, these controls feel great. This is just awesome. Come to find out, as an adult, like, they made 6 of these on the NES. 6. But I was always into RPGs more than side-scrollers. So, your Final Fantasies and Dragon Warrior and stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah! Ooh, I don't like you. Go away. Die! Die! All of you die. Except me. Everybody die except me. Oh, they regenerate. Oh! Oh! Am I being too loud with my yelling, or that's what the young kids are into today, right? You die and then you yell. That's what's popular. Oh, what did I just do? What did I do, you guys? Why do I suck so bad? Shut up, Mopey. I haven't actually seen your comment yet, but shut up. So, I mean, look, guys, you can talk and ask questions. It's not like you're going to hurt my gameplay. I mean, you can't make it much worse. So, feel free to keep asking questions. Honestly, I was trying to, earlier this year when I was doing lots of live streams, I was trying to get my 1,000 hours in to get my monetization back, and we were almost there. Like, I was at like 75%, but at the time, I found out that the YouTube was so far behind in approving them that it wouldn't matter anyway, but now they're caught up, so. But at the same time, a lot of my viewers don't feel like they come here for games. I gotta get the hang of this. I see. I got it now. And got a complex question you don't have to answer here, but are you still making videos for Comic Storian? I want to still make videos for Comic Storian, but after my little break turned into a huge break, I don't know if he really wants me anymore. But I should really ask, because I learned so much from doing that and had such a great time, and you know, in the very least, I would like to, like, you know, make one more to, like, end the series, or keep making them would be preferable. What's your Twitter handle? At ParksJ, ParksJay. I tried J Parks, but it was taken. No, I loved doing videos for Comic Storian, but I've got this anxiety thing, and sometimes it makes me do stupid things. You know, it's funny to get like a weird stage fright thing after you've already made half a dozen videos for an audience, but I don't know. And then I decided, like, all I needed was a break. I'd get over it, and I would get over it. I always do. But then I waited so long, you know. I don't know. I know that occasionally I still speak to him, and that Vinny's a great guy, and that I'm thankful for what he's done for me. And I'll always have tremendous respect for him, and consider him a friend, and he's pretty awesome. You know, I mean, it's really cool to somebody to, like, find a YouTuber in obscurity like that and just say, hey, this guy's good. Yeah, I give Mopey a lot of hell. Like, I think it's funny if when he teases, I pretend like I'm all upset, you know. I think that that's funniest, so I do it. But the truth is that he's right. I suck. You know, first-person shooters, third-person games, and side-scrollers, none of that was ever my bread and butter. You know, I like Final Fantasy and Dragon Warrior and Chrono Trigger, and those games, they never required that kind of response. You know, I'm pretty good at Yoshi's Island, I think, because when I was a kid, for some reason, I became obsessed with 100% completing that game for some reason. It's fun, but, you know, I don't know why I dedicated that level to it. But I suppose if I really wanted to make myself look good, the smart thing to do would be to pick games way ahead of time and practice them for a few days before I go, like, online with them, right? That would be smart. But it's also probably not what people come here for. I mean, at one time when we were playing games on this channel, we had a kill counter. You know, people come here to watch me die. That's just the truth of the matter. Hey, I think I made it to the end. What am I going to fight? Oh, God, I'm almost dead. Okay. Oh, God, I am dead. Do I have to start at the beginning? No. Oh, excellent. I made it to a checkpoint. There's still hope for me, you guys. Hey, you guys in the kitchen, this mic will not pick you up no matter what. So you can carry on about your normal stuff. They're all in there all quiet. Oh, yeah, I know. They're definitely here to see me die. But that's okay. There are people who no one shows up for at all, you know? You worthless piece of scrap metal. Did you think you could defeat me? No, I didn't. I figured I probably couldn't. Every time he dies, he takes a sip of bleach. I guess I'm not powerful enough to defeat him. This is getting way too meta, way too fast. X, you shouldn't expect to defeat him. I know I suck, right? Remember, you have not reached full power yet, I'll say. If you lose all the blah, 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 blah. Here, it's a Mega Man game, okay? I've never played them, and I know enough to know that I fight robots, pick a stage, take their power. Everybody knows that. Come on. Well, now, like, let's be honest again. Like, I love Benny. Benny's a great dude. I just want to make that very clear. Anybody know which one of these is easy? Forest. Yeah, when I'm done with the live stream, you can have the computer. Snow. No snow. Let's try the forest. The Sting Chameleon. I should have asked which one gives me the best power. That's what I should have asked. No, I think easiest was probably what I should have asked. What I should have done was wait for an answer. That was fun. Top left is the easiest one. That makes sense. That makes so much sense. Oh, not platforming. Oh, this is not going to bode well for me, is it? Oh! How unfortunate. The green dude is easy. Did I not fight Did I get the green guy? I got the chameleon. Oh, yeah. Why do I just run into those like that? Why do I do that? I blame Mopey for this. I can't believe 8 of you stuck around to see me be bad at games. Thank you. I'm honored. Robot woodpeckers. What is this, Sonic the Hedgehog? Ouch. Ouch, man. That thing's pointy. What is this? What is this? What am I supposed to do? Okay, someone said green guy, someone said top left, so let's try top left this time. Squiggly squid guy! Oh, launch octopus.
Bruh. What made a name for swim? Or just
Ah! You would think so, son. You would think so. Sebastian says that if they were making bombs and killer robots, that you would think the government would find out about it.
I mean, somehow, secret CIA agents, I don't know.
Maybe Mega Man works for the government.
I mean...
Maybe they found out and he's their answer. Do I drown if I stay under here too long, guys?
Probably.
I don't see an indicator.
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't mean that you don't want to
Whoa! That thing really sucks! Da-doom-sh. That one was easy. This isn't... Is that all of it? Ain't all of it, is it? No. Okay. I like that buoyant jump. That's cool. Oh, God, I got 8! I got 8 by a fish! What? By the way... I actually have a couple of scripts written for the show I do for Benny that I still have yet to use. Oh! This! Oh! He doesn't just suck, he also blows!
Dad jokes for life.
Yeah, that was a dad joke, son, yes. I like that it saves it at the thing I'm fighting, that's cool. Oh! Did he have a light before? Love you. Everybody likes dad jokes, son.
Dad, I hate dad jokes.
You hate dad jokes.
I hate dad jokes.
I don't believe that.
And then I hate puns too.
Nobody hates puns.
Well, if there's one thing I hate, it's also Comic Sans. Everyone hates that.
Well, yeah, everybody hates Comic Sans.
Yeah, we're just joining on.
This is now rated R. Is that really rated R? I think it's more like PG-13.
It's PG-13 Comic Sans.
Still got me. Right, don't lean on me now.
Are those saw blades? Or is that
I think it's like supposed to be water.
it looks like just a bunch of saw blades.
I will shoosh everything. Oh, did you feel that slowdown?
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
No, Dad, thanks for the
Where's he gonna come up at? Oh! Oh, he made my balls bounce back. Not though. Not. That's not what I meant. Stop giggling. It actually goes pink, 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 pink when you hit the wrong spot. That is so awesome. I wish you could shoot up. That would make my life so much easier right now.
Why didn't they call the end of
Like I want to be able to shoot in all directions.
Dad, if you played Dr. Jekyll,
You don't have $100.
yes, I do, and I'll give it to you.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Die, he said. First thing he says.
Brandon Allen really wants Jake to die.
Did I miss a nice message from you, Opie? I'm sorry. What's up, Ike? How you doing, buddy? I don't actually mind being comments. I like to act like I mind because it's entertaining. But I know that Mopey's a good dude. Come on, how many hits does it take? Well, I mean, if it was Metroid King Poppy, then that would be pretty awesome. Well, thank you, Mod King Mopey, for your nice, supportive, alleged messages. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate it. Here's to 4,000. I'm going to get me a silver play button sometime in the next 10 years. No, you can hit the head and the tail. And I'm dead. I like how there seem to be unlimited men. That's my kind of game. Lord knows I need them. I'm going to stick these yellow balls straight up your squid hole. I'm talking about these yellow balls that I shoot. And this squid man. Oh, God, he's taking my energy. And he's putting it back on his bar. I'm going to do that again. Was there a message, guys, that came up that was deleted? Just so you guys know, the policy here about messages is that we only delete the ones that are exceptionally bad or mean-spirited. I think he was just kidding, guys. So let's be a little more lenient, okay? We may have to change that rule if we ever get more popular, but for now, I like to be real lenient. I mean, that won't be the first time or the last time somebody makes the drink bleach joke. I should share this with Vince from RKBC to show him how it's done. I can't tell if that's sarcastic or not. I'm going to assume it's sarcastic. My lord. It's okay, Ak. I did the same thing. Like, I was modding Drake's stream. And then I went to Auram's stream, and I was doing the same thing I always did. And Auram was like, ho, ho, ho. This is a small stream. So, same thing happened to me. But he's right. I mean, being more lenient on the smaller streams, like, makes sense. Yeah, you can see it because you're an admin, sweetheart. I hate these things! Yeah, exactly. I was used to Drake streams, too. Drake, but Drake's got a good reason to be that way on his stream, because, like, there's so many people there. Yeah. Mopey just likes to see a wrench next to his name. Oh, so you were being serious. I am actually better than somebody. Fantastic. That does not often happen. Bleach really helps to kill my ratio in Polybius. Whoa, I thought that would kill me. Do it again. Can I get up there? Or am I just being silly? That's cool. I was trying to avoid that thing. That's weird. I can feel the same slowdowns that happen when you're on the original hardware. Head and tail, head and tail, head and tail. Ah! Yeah, you're a great mod. I just like to tease you. You get paid? Well, to be fair, when you made me a mod or a helper or whatever on Comic Story, and I was terrible. So, to be fair. Hey, I can stand on this thing. But not that thing. Oh, that was stupid. That was stupid. That was also stupid. They leave the money on the nightstand, don't they, Brandon? It's the spiky bits that let you... I'm sorry, that was loud. King Peppy said it's the spiky bits that let you know it's a hurdy part. All right, here we go. What's up there? Can I go up there? I feel like if I could make it over there, I could climb that. Up, spikes. It's the spiky bits that let you know they're hurdy. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. One more time. I'm coming for you, Launch Octopus. That's his name, Launch Octopus. Launch, Launch. Like a lawn. What's up, Milkman? How you doing, buddy? Just going around delivering milk, fathering children. Doing good, buddy. Just showing everybody how much I suck at Mega Man X. But I think I'm getting a little better, knock on wood. Had to be piranhas right after I said I was getting better, didn't there? Sebastian's been trying to get me to play Jekyll and Hyde. I am not playing Jekyll and Hyde. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. From what you heard, that's not the only thing I suck. Well, I mean, I do occasionally use a straw, so I suppose I can't argue with that. And I suck at Mega Man, so there's something else. Here we are again. Getting through that pretty quick now. Aw, come here, Tail. Just want to remind everybody that it's the spiky bits that let you know it's a hurdy part. How do you know, Sebastian, that Jekyll and Hyde is bad? The AVGN might just be hoarding all the fun for himself. Like, you should try it. That's what King Peppy says. Luckily, we don't live in California, so we still got straws. Are they taking away straws in California? Oh, I'm almost out of energy. See, there's a pattern. I act like I've never seen an Adam Sandler movie. You just got to figure out the pattern. Once you figure out the pattern, then you can drive really fast cars and use bazookas in real life, because that totally relates. Those skills are totally useful in that aspect. I'm not playing Jekyll and Hyde. Because it's a terrible, terrible game. No, it's not. Like, you don't get a weapon. I mean, no, the cane is not a weapon. Okay, hang on, guys. What's the deal with the straws? Why are straws going before 2020? Who's taking the straws? I need to know about the straws. Are you guys just messing with me, or is there really something with straws going on in California? Forget California. Lucky you don't live in Maryland. I just got a flash flood warning for the 5th time this week. Oh, wow. With nonstop rain. Sorry to hear that, Aki. Stay safe, man. Sebastian says that he thinks Kim Jong-un is what? Building a nuke made of straws? Maybe he is. Milkman says, I'm about to play this hilarious JRPG where if it's Halloween in the game, kids will play Trick or Treat. They may call the guards on you trick, or they may burn down your house. Okay, that sounds cool. No more straws. I don't like turtles anymore. Boy, I am so confused. California wants to ban disposable straws to cut down on plastic, like plastic bags. Wow, I don't have much of a problem with that, amazingly. I mean, like, if you could remove them from public places like schools, I mean, you can't stop people from doing what they want in the privacy of their own homes. But if you could reduce the amount of them that make it to store shelves, or make the school stop using them, and that helps the environment, I'm all right with that. Brandon, the UK is a socialist, fascist continent. No comment there, homie. You know, I love you. I got mad respect, but no comment on that one. Our Prime Minister thinks that she could distract from the UK's crippling debt by getting rid of straws. Straws aren't expensive enough to make a dent in the budget, Mopey. You guys got that. You know better. It might be the fact that Disney just announced that they'll soon be getting rid of all plastic one-use straws in their amusement parks. I don't really have a problem with that either. That's probably for the best. I wish they would get rid of grocery bags too, myself. They just seem superfluous. Come on, buddy. Come up so I can shoot you. Oh, be careful what you ask for. You're not joking? I don't see how that's going to work, Mopey. I mean, straws? Really? Are you guys spending that much money on straws? I'm going to change the name of this to the Straw Podcast. straw dealers. Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, man. You got any plastic? I need some plastic, man. Come on. I know you got me. I want to drink a Coke, man. But no, I've known forever that Brandon leans a lot farther right than I do, but that doesn't mean that we can't be friends and respect each other. At least that's been the way that I look at it. I never use a straw. I don't know why, but I just don't. Like, the only time I use a straw is when I go to, like, a fast food restaurant, and then, I mean, you don't really have much choice because of the paper cups. Well, I mean, Mopey, using outrage culture to distract from real issues is a time-honored tradition in most countries, especially, you know, America. But that's been going on since the beginning of civilization. Donald Trump thinks he can start a war with North Korea and not get nuked. Well, Sebastian, I hate to break it to you, but he's right. North Korea is not going to be able to nuke anybody anytime soon. Why are we talking about nukes?
I don't know.
Let's not make this the guy who knows nothing about anything talks about nukes show, okay?
Yeah.
The UK needs Thatcher back. A further no comment to that. And a reminder that I have a lot of respect for you. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Why am I so bad? You like to fail? Well, I think I need to learn to like it. I'd be a lot happier. Let's try a different stage. I'm getting better at this one, but I don't seem to be making much progress. I just seem to be making it to the end and my untimely death faster.
You beat Deadpool.
Well, I could beat Mega Man X, right? But the thing about Deadpool is that I played Deadpool on hard a lot before I streamed it. So all of the time, all the hours that I put into playing it over and over to get better at it, you know, they weren't broadcasted like it is now. Mega Man Eggs, like EGGS.
Yeah.
What would that game be? Would that be like?
It'd be Egg Simulator 2018.
I just bumped the mic, guys. I'm sorry about that.
It'd be Egg Simulator 2018.
Stop.
Eggs everywhere.
Stop.
Nothing but eggs.
Enough eggs, Sebastian. What is the deal with the eggs? First straws, now eggs. I have no idea what's going on. You know, the U.S. is the only country that always gives you straws with your drink without having to request one. Wow. Well, I mean, like, the drink cups that they use here, I don't know if they're any different, but they're paper cups. So if they didn't give you a straw to put in it, I mean, that was just an accident waiting to happen. Yeah, I mean, if they gave you better cups, then I can understand that, right?
The U.S.
Even the lids here are just made with a straw hole, right?
The U.S. is the only country where you can buy eggs.
And to think you thought I was joking all those months ago when I explained why I didn't vote for Trump. Yeah, yeah, I did, but yeah, I get it now. I mean, you're one of the never Trump guys on the right, and what did I just do? Escape you, X-Buster. What are those? But I've got a lot of respect for that because Trump's crazy. I don't even think that's a... Stop, Sebastian, please. I don't even think that's a controversial statement, but let's get off politics. Mod King Mopey's right. There's no reason why we need to stay on this subject. This channel is for everybody.
It's not the X-Buster, it's the Eggs-Buster.
We need better paper plates. You can buy better paper plates.
We need better eggs.
But, I mean, just like straws, I think, like, paper plates are pretty wasteful. I mean, like, this may just be me being cheap, but I buy the plastic paper plates and then reuse them like regular plates. Like, I wash them and use them again. I mean, they're so sturdy. You can't throw them away. So, it's like a plate that you only get to use 5 or 6 times. That's the plastic ones. The paper ones are garbage. You have to throw them away. Okay, Baz, sweetie, Daddy loves you, but if you don't stop leaning over into my ear and screaming about eggs, we're going to have a problem, okay? So get on your laptop and say it in the chat if you want to say it, okay?
Well, what can I say? I love eggs.
Okay, but go love eggs over there. All right, love you. And it broke into dad mode on you guys. Oh, yeah. Now I'm going to go lose. I think we can all agree that autocorrect is terrible. Absolutely. Okay, yeah, I get it, Sebastian. The little balls look like eggs. I know that feeling, and I don't even have kids. Yeah, you only have to just be around a kid for any significant period of time to be able to relate to that. You can get these porcelain plates they can wash, and they never wear out except, gravity and all. Yeah, I mean, I do have some of those. Probably too many, actually. More than I need. I'm shooting you in the back of the head. Oh, why did I jump up there? But I end up with the plastic plates because somebody will have a birthday or something, and nobody seems to want to take them home. And they're much better than paper plates, but they're not as good as regular porcelain plates, but I use them. But the cool thing about them, though, if you're reusing them, is that you can pick your battles. If it looks easy to wash, you can wash it, but if it's difficult, you can throw it out. But I mean, if we're talking about the environment, the best thing you can do for the environment is use your porcelain plates. But I don't think there's anybody here that didn't already know that. Yeah, it's funny hearing Fancy Teeth go full dad mode. Boss Level 8 is playing over on Twitch. I like those guys. We talked about doing a collab, but it never went anywhere. I should get up with them again and do something. Well, we'll see you later. How do you say that? Gripadithrum? I appreciate you stopping by. There we go. How long have we been live anyway? Oh, 2.5 hours just about. Wow. Like, wow. I usually judge how long we've been playing by how many people are left in the chat room, and as we get to like an hour, it starts to thin out. But I've actually been having a lot of fun here with Mega Man and talking to you guys. And I lost track of time. we'll probably quit in a few minutes and let some of you guys run over to Boss Level 8 and tell them Jay sent you. And but I think that, like, you noticed that we put out 2 videos this week, and I've nearly got another one. So it was supposed to come out Friday, but it'll end up coming out Saturday morning. I'll take all the good words I can get, Brandon, but I've actually already talked to them about it over email like about a year ago, and they were cool about doing it. I guess we were all busy and never really got around to it. Time flies, you're not having fun. I actually was having fun. I think I'm getting better. I'm going to practice this. I'm going to do the same thing with Mario. I'm going to practice this thing in after hours and come back and beat it live just so I can have that ammunition to throw back at Mopey. So as you guys can see, I am finally, after all these months, making good on my threat to go to 2 and 3 videos a week. And I would also like to go to 2 or 3 live streams a week, but we're going to have to keep a lot of them like comic book related so that we don't make too many people upset. So a lot of the games ones, I'm going to sneakily name something else like Q&A and stuff like that. That was the plan there. Have a Q&A and then be like, hey, let's play a game. That's a good way to get the game in there without upsetting the people that signed up for comics. I'm sneaky. But anyway, I think I'm going to end this here. Please keep in mind that you can go to Patreon. Even $1 a month is really helpful, and you get early access to videos. And your votes in what we cover next will count twice as much because you can vote once at Patreon and then once in the video. And then, you know, on top of that, you'll have like direct contact with me anytime you want to through the message system. I always answer those messages. And that really helps us out because we don't actually have any super chat or ads right now. They unsub you from me again, Mopey. My God, I hate it when they do that. But anyway, thank you guys for showing up. I had a lot of fun. And I will be back again probably tomorrow. I think we'll probably do Friday, Saturday, Sunday live streams this week. I don't know what the regular schedule will be, but for this week, I think that's what we're going to do. So y'all have a great day. I'm out.